Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and we have the ultimate Christmas present today. It's the ultimate Christmas present. It's it's a few weeks late, it's a little bit more than a month late, and God, what day is today? Okay, anyway, either way, it's not Christmas anymore. I thought after we did about 10 days worth of Christmas stuff building up to Christmas last year, that we had knocked out a good number of the things, so it would prevent us from running into this at different points throughout the year. Well, that's not the case. So, yeah, we got the ultimate Christmas present today, and it's a Disney Channel original movie. And it runs about an hour and 20 minutes long. It's from 2000, and man, it looks like it. It is so, it so looks like it. It's the late 90s, really, when they filmed this, more than likely. But yeah, this is a story about Hallie. She lives in Los Angeles with her mom and dad and her little brother. Hallie is wait Allie. Okay, sorry, Allie is played by Hallie Hirsch. Uh, she's been in a number of different things. You might recognize her. Her brother is Spencer Breslin. Anna Anna Breslin's. Zombieland. But he's in a ton of Disney stuff. He's in so many Disney things. It's crazy. So he plays the obnoxious little brother. Her best friend is played by Brenda Song. You might recognize her. Amphibia. She does a voice for Amphibia, but she's in a ton of Disney things. She's also Disney vet. We got John Sally and that's right. Bill Fagerbake. Fagerbach. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. You might recognize Bill as the voice of Patrick from SpongeBob SquarePants. So yeah, there's a number of different people in this you might recognize. Not the least of which is Peter Scolari. Some of you kids may not recognize him, but he was one of the bosom buddies. He's been in a ton of other things since then. He's been around, does a lot of comedies. He plays a weatherman who, well, his entire career it gets turned upside down when suddenly it starts snowing in Los Angeles. Because here in Los Angeles, where I am, we don't get snow at Christmas time. Maybe it happened once. There's a reference to it that it might have happened in 1949 or something like that. I don't know if that was a real reference. I didn't check it out, but as long as I've been here, I've never seen it snow. I've seen it snow in Las Vegas because it's a desert and it gets a lot colder there than it does here. But I have not seen it snow in Los Angeles ever. So it's a big deal. Well, how that happens is that Allie and her friend, I've already forgot her character's name, Samantha, Brenda Song. Allie and Samantha ride their bikes. There's a whole lot little like build up to this. Apparently they're still in school 2 days before Christmas, and they have a report due. But there's also a party that one of their friends is having on Christmas. I guess the kid's Jewish. I don't know. You don't normally. I realize this is Los Angeles, and you might think that we do things a little bit differently here, but people still just have Christmas with their families. They don't have. It's not a bunch of 12-year-olds getting together having a party on Christmas Day with each other. Allie has a crush on the boy and she wants to come over early and help, but she doesn't want to do her schoolwork or anything else, so she makes up lies and everything else. The kid she has a crush on is doesn't apparently isn't an actor. He literally might be a producer's nephew. I have no idea, but either way, he's a very small part, thankfully. But Allie is shirking responsibility, just not doing what she should. And she also, in order to get home, they take a shortcut on their bikes on this warm 80 something winter afternoon. And they run across a cabin in the woods, which is never a good sign. They see a man inside the window. They peek inside the window and hear him clamoring about, and he's angry, and he takes a thingy, like a mechanical thing he's working on. He walks outside and he throws it in the trash. Well, of course, Allie, being the curious young lady she is, well, she takes the thing out of the garbage and takes it home with her, even though her friend Samantha is like, no, don't do that. That's we shouldn't be here in the first place. Let's not steal garbage. Well, they soon discover that it has certain abilities that they could work, but the man inside the cabin could not. And it turns out it's a weather machine. And the very thing that they've heard about this thing from friends who live in different parts of the country, that when it's in the north during Christmas time or in the winter time, that if it snows enough, they can get out of school. They've never had this in Los Angeles, of course, but hey, let's give it a shot. So rather than make it rain or earthquakes or snow or anything else, they make it snow. They make it snow a lot, and so much so that they don't have control over it. 14 inches of snow in a matter of hours in Los Angeles. Um, Technically, Allie has murdered a lot of people because we get a slight smattering of rain and people start crashing into each other. They do not know how to use brakes. They do not know how to accelerate or turn. They don't use turn signals in the first place. So, guess what? Everybody's dead in Los Angeles. Okay, that doesn't happen in the movie, but still, it's what would have happened in Los Angeles. Allie would have been responsible for possibly hundreds, if not thousands, of deaths and even more injuries because she decided she don't want to do her homework. Like the day before Christmas. Who does that? There's a lot of stuff that doesn't make sense. Anyway, there's another subplot about her family is very busy. Her mom is, she's a caterer for 5 different parties all at once on Christmas or around Christmas and the days leading up to Christmas. Dad is off. He's into software and he's up in San Francisco away. So the kids and the parents, they don't see each other too much. They're all just running around. In fact, one of the recurring things in the house is don't run. So the kids are running everywhere and the parents always go, don't run. It's meant to be, I think, a little bit of a... Maybe they didn't put that much thought into it. I have no idea. But it's meant to be like, hey, slow down. Slow down. And that's the thing. Everybody can take that advice because everybody can't seem to slow down and have time for each other. So snow keeps Dad from flying home in time for Christmas, and it's just makes it a mess. Meanwhile, I'm not going to give away all this because you can pretty much guess that the old man in the cabin, for some reason, he's in Los Angeles, tinkering, is Santa Claus. And he's now lost his weather-making machine. Teenage girls have stolen it, and he sends the 2 elves, played by John, Sally, and Bill, whose name I will not mispronounce again. They are bumbling, full-size elves. It's a misconception. Elves are not supposed to be short, little people. They're actually all full-sized and dumb as dirt. So, anyway, yeah, they do their best to intimidate children on the naughty list until they can find the right one that's stolen the machine. That is an unsettling series, little montage of them just going around to little girls who are on the naughty list and going, hey, Becky, what's up? You steal a weather machine? Like, there's a number of sequences like that. It's just like, no, like they're meeting him in the yard or, in their house. It's kind of unsettling. It's funny if you have a dark sense of humor. And you know that there's not going to be harm, that these guys are not threatening in any way, of course, but it's unsettling in context. So, yeah, there's a lot of unsettling things about this movie. Between Allie's selfishness killing possibly thousands of people due to snow, there's dudes just popping up with pointy ears going, hey, got my weather machine? What? So, then there's also a subplot about, like, just a little thing that they did not have to put in there that wasn't really needed, but I think they wanted to flesh out Samantha's character a little bit and give Allie some perspective on not having her dad home, because they went with a Disney trope, and Samantha's dad is dead. Ding ding. The dead parent trope has been introduced for no reason. It's literally a 30-second scene, and we realize that Samantha doesn't have a dad, and because he died, and he liked to do these things. He loved Christmas, and you're lucky to have a dad who was trapped in an airport in San Francisco. So, yeah, I think I've told you pretty much most of the movie. This is not a thing that you're normally going to be watching anyway, unless it's Christmas time, or unless you're just weirdly curious or forced to do it as I am at random. So, actually, it's not a bad movie. There's so much worse. Yes, it's needlessly convoluted. Um, the acting is good. Peter Scolari goes all in, playing this Weasley meteorologist who tries to figure out where this snowstorm suddenly came from, and he has like beakers and all sorts of things like on his desk at the news office. Like he's gonna figure this out with colored liquids and vials and flames and Bunsen burners. What? And there's computers too. Your 2000 computers. That have a whole 2 megabytes of RAM, or well, not even that. It's probably 2 megabyte hard drives, probably. Yeah. So yeah, there's a whole. It's sort of a Christmas movie. It's about family and about doing the right thing, but mostly it's Allie slowly figuring out that everything's going to crap, and because of what she did. And Peter Scolari, the weatherman, is on a hunt to find out who they are. And again, another situation where a weird dude shows up at somebody's house and starts acting weird around everybody. And Santa, of course, knows too much. That's weird too, but we all know that. We've grown up with that. But yeah, Peter Scolari, there's a big chase at the end, and it ends up in a candy factory where he gets to be covered in chocolate and cotton candy at the same time while on the run. It's goofy. It's silly. It's inoffensive in every way, except for all the things I just told you about, where it's just creepy. It's weird, but hey, it's fun if you want something a little bit different. And it's got that 4:3 aspect ratio. Not even that. I mean, it's pretty square for it's a year 2000 television set episode. So yeah, I said it's a Disney original movie. It's not a Wonderful World of Disney thing, but anyway, it's fun. It's goofy. It's not horrible at all, but don't expect like a ton of. It may not change your life, but if you grew up with it, hey, go check it out again. See if it holds up for you. I've never seen it before, so I can't really tell you. I was expecting a whole lot less, and it was actually not as bad as I thought it was going to be. So, yeah. Merry Christmas in many weeks later. All right, let's check tomorrow's episode.
36.
Ooh. 36. Way down there. I know it sounds like I'm a little turned on by that, but it's sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Didn't mean to use that voice. Oh. Oh ho ho. Ho 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 ho. Wow. This is going to be a biggie. I have not seen this in a long time. I remember seeing it a number of times, but I'm not going to talk about that now. I have to talk about it tomorrow. Give you all the details about that, because we are going to watch Avatar. James Cameron's Avatar from 2009. The movie that brought 3D projection, 3D films back to the theaters in a whole new way. Avatar. I knew we were going to hit this up at some point. Ooh. I think it's like a 3-hour movie. It's been so long. I think I haven't seen it since 2009. Whew. All right. See you back here tomorrow with Avatar on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge.